In this video, we'll be driving 500 miles around Scotland's scenic north coast in our campervan. The NC500 was launched in 2015 and has quickly become one of the UK's most popular touring routes. We spent 5 days exploring this remote but beautiful part of Scotland, and we hope you'll find it useful when planning your own trip. We made the long journey from Essex to Inverness, which is the official starting point of the NC500. We decided not to explore this city. Due to the coronavirus pandemic, we tried to keep to ourselves as much as possible. We were also very tired from the long journey, so found a campsite to spend the night. The next morning, we began the journey to John O'Groats.
So we're about 20 miles from John O'Groats, and yeah, I'm just down here with the dog. Skylar, what are you doing? Yeah, not a bad place to sit and have a tea. No, what's that called? The old... No, it's not. No.
We stopped at the castle of Old Wick, which was probably built in the 1100s. Part of it has collapsed, but it still retains a dramatic presence.
Loads of big pink jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see them from here there. See them all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of people assume that John O'Groats is the most northerly part of Scotland, when it's actually Dunnet Head. It soon became clear that there wouldn't be a great deal to see or do here, so don't expect too much when you visit.
We've made it to John O'Groats. There's the Orkney Islands over there. There's not a lot here.
We got our photo with the iconic sign and decided to find a park up for the night.
This is our park up for the night. It's Dunnet Head viewpoint just before about 500 metres down from the top. This is where we are. There's a few campers over there right in the distance. I think we've got another van just over the other side of that bush. Yeah, this was on park for night. And so we got down here probably, what's the time now? It's about 8:30 now. We got down here an hour ago and it was almost, all the parking spaces were taken up, apart from this one. And this is on a bit of a slant, but you get on with it, don't you? It's definitely jumper weather here. And we've been used to 30 odd degree heat for the last fortnight, so it makes a nice change. It's May cooking dinner. Oh, Blue.
We paid a brief visit to the summit of Dunnet Head the following morning. The midges were out in force, so we headed back to the van to continue with our journey along the north coast. We were aiming to reach Durness and spend the night somewhere nearby. Being quite a long drive, we had a couple of stops along the way to break the journey up and refuel ourselves with food.
That's Ben Hope just there. I'll probably climb that later. Or this one, Ben Loyal, just over the ridge. The viewing points along the way were increasing in popularity as we approached Durness. Some might say the views are to die for. What's she doing? What's she doing?
Just walking the fucking road in front of a van.
Does she want me to run her over?
That's ridiculous.
After spending the afternoon at Durness Beach, we headed off in search of a quiet spot to spend the night. There is a campsite next door to the main car park at Durness, if you wish to spend the night overlooking the beach. We found a beautiful park up among the mountains to enjoy our dinner and watch the sunset. The following morning we headed to Sandwood Bay, stopping along the way to admire the views. Sandwood is a remote natural bay on the far northwest coast of Scotland and is a short detour off the NC500 route. The bay can be reached by a 4-mile path leading from the gravel car park of Blairmore. The beach is considered to be one of the cleanest and most unspoilt beaches in the whole of mainland Britain.
So we just got to Sandwood Bay. It's a 4-mile walk.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Hi there.
Dog wants to go in the sea.
Come
Yeah, it's a 4-mile walk from the car park, so as beautiful as it is, you only get a certain amount of people down here because, well, everyone's lazy, aren't they? So I think the hardest part of the walk is getting through the sand dunes.
Yeah. Yeah, the path's easy to follow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a gravel track all the way. It's not very undulating. What are you doing?
This doesn't feel like we're in Scotland. It feels like we're in the Caribbean or somewhere really exotic. The water is so clear. Honestly, it's beautiful. If you're doing the NC500, it's definitely worth taking a little detour to this place. You won't be disappointed. That is freezing!
Do you want one?
Yeah.
What one do you want? This one?
Anyway, surprise me. I'm actually We had a wonderful time at Sandwood Bay and was very sad to leave, but I'm sure we'll return one day. We took the scenic route to our next destination, and the next clip may seem quite dramatic, but in person this road was pretty scary in parts, with very steep ups and downs on a single track mountain road.
Oh my fucking life, don't you fail me now, brakes.
I'm not surprised this person thought this was the dangerous road. We're all out there. I'll turn around.
No. You might get up.
Oh my god.
For those of you watching this, you can't see how steep this is, but it's bloody steep. Pull me up, girl.
It was definitely worth taking this route. We drove through some of the most idyllic places we'd ever seen. We soon found our park up for the night, just outside of Lochinver. It was now the penultimate day of our journey on the NC500, and we were still so mesmerised by the picture postcard scenery that we encountered. We spent this day doing some van life duties. We stopped at Ullapool to top up our fuel, water and food supplies, and took some time to explore this village. Despite its small size, it's the largest settlement for many miles and is home to an important port, with ferries sailing to the Outer Hebrides. we would be driving the breathtaking Applecross Pass, and we wanted to pass it in the morning in the hope it would be less congested at that time. So using Park for Night, we found a wonderful little park up just outside of Torridon, which wasn't too far from the starting point of our journey in the morning.
Weather for this.
Good weather.
It ain't up in the cloud. Yeah, this
Yeah.
ain't Australian
Oh,
cloud.
yeah, you imagine it's foggy.
Yeah, we'll see a lot.
This single-track road has alpine-like hairpin bends and shouldn't be attempted by novice drivers of very large vehicles. It's also impassable in wintry conditions, and an alternative route is signposted. Normally, at this point, you would head back to Inverness to complete the NC500. However, as we finished the route in 5 days, I had a few days of annual leave remaining. So we decided to check out the Isle of Skye and climb the iconic Old Man of Storr before beginning the long journey back home, but we'll save that for our next video. We really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, do consider subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications so that you never miss an upload.